Welcome to Tinks Invest. We're talking about investing, finance, and professional development. As a recording time of 11:02 a.m. on Eastern Time, Ethereum could trade $2,437, up about 0.53% so far. As you can see clearly on the overall crypto market, it's relatively of a mixed bag, but more normalized than days before. Obviously, we were experiencing just roller coaster ride collectively, and I think we all having whiplash or some sort of a seasickness at the moment. I know I definitely am sick of it. It seems like it's just like a water torture that we've been experiencing on a daily basis. So I resonate with your concern and obviously your frustration. I'm right there with you. I'm a human being as well. And with respect to two macro catalysts that we are facing today, one is a positive one, which we saw earlier this morning on a pre-market perspective, as people were digesting the personal consumption expenditure price index report that came out. And on a high level, the report came out to be a positive one, rose about 4.9% from a year ago in a statistical perspective in December. And if you look at that historically, it was the fastest gain since September 1983, which is just a touch above Wall Street expectation or estimates. And this is a positive one. Why is that, right? Despite the inflationary pressure that we've been experiencing, that the price of goods has been rising, right? Chicken breast costs like $20 a pound. I'm kidding, obviously. It's like $12 or $11 a pound. It used to be like $4, $3, $5 a pound, depending on what grocery store you go to. Like I typically just go to like a local supermarket down the block from me, which is not like the expensive stuff like Whole Foods or like Dina DeLuca, one of those fancy ones. And yeah, the price has been rising, right? But despite the rise in price, investors, not investors, like consumers, are still, spending their, on groceries at a higher level in comparison. So technically, if you talk about net is a positive signal onto the streets, with subsequent translating to buying pressure across the board. And at the same time, because of the fact that we've been enduring such a negative week so far, people and the market collectively are looking for a reason to rebound. So this is just another technical speaking the truth, and with the market confirming it, right? And I actually did some shopping as well today, knowing the fact that we've been experiencing volatile days, and I've been keeping a good cash reserve on the side for my business operation, with the fund that I'm currently managing right now. And at the same time, I'm also expect to pay a relatively hefty tax this year. So I've just been chilling, cooling on the cucumber, sitting on the side, not doing much. But I decided to invest into crypto today. And in addition to the crypto affectation that before I jump onto the technical analysis, is that today is also the $1.1 billion of option expires for Ethereum, right? So we should technically see more volatile later today. But ultimately, this is kind of a mixed bag. We don't really know what's the confirmatory signal going forward, right? And investors are going to be shifting their portfolio, based on their maneuver, right? They might be shifting their the call options or the put options outward, or to a later time, right? And we do not know what's that going to look like, right? Because it's always changing. But whatever volatility we're going to be seeing, we just look at the frame of risk management and we dollar cost average wisely and we hold on, right? And I know that based on the technicals, we are already oversold. So it is, going to be an interesting one, but I foresee, based on historical option expiry, we might just see another flat day, if you may, because the investors are smarter than that. They're not just going to allow the options to just execute. They're going to maneuver through it and try to get themselves out, right? So we might see a flat day later today, or like a flat to update today. So what did I buy today? I bought Solana, and this is something that I've been eyeing for quite some time. And as you know, we crashed down all the way to the $80 back on the 24th, which is on Monday. And right now, we're just kind of gliding away, hovering. We've been very oversold at the 25 out of 70, with the $90 right now, basically hovering on a comfortable level. So I decided to buy 20 Solana today as a hedge, because Solana has comparable value proposition fundamentally compared to Ethereum, and I think it's a good hedge for me. And I decided to incur this logical risk, right? And I think with the fundamental value that Solana possess, a long-term perspective, and also triangulating with the technical analysis, both fundamental analysis and the technical analysis checks out for me. So I decided to buy. And also, I think we are already showing some signs of curvature because of today's rebound. That technically, this is approximating the bottom based on the technicals. And if we get to 66, even greater, because I only have 20 Solana, so it's like about like $1,800 that I put in. I will put more if we go down further, right? And it's a logical move. It also like helped me de-risk my exposure, which are relatively overweight on Bitcoin, Ethereum, right? And with respect to the level that we have identified for Solana, well, it is a little bit outdated. It's of 11. I think it's just a timing issue. And based on the levels I've identified, is 155, 133, and 113, right? We broke through all of that because of these are the levels that we are staying within the frame of 70 to 30 on an RSI scale. We're below that, like at the low 20s, right? So that tells me that this is significantly overreacted. There's a huge discount going on. And if you follow my Patreon, you know that it's about like negative 33% of a discount in comparison to the true value. So I decided to take a logical risk, right, by incurring more of a fair level, despite it's at the steal level. But because of the fact that I'm really, you could call me like I'm scared or whatever, I'm conservative. But it's a logical approach, right? Because it's not, we are at the good level, an optimal level, right? And I do have some cash on our side, and I thought that if I'm going to start a position, I don't need to go all in. I'll just, I just start touching here and there, and eventually, I'll build up a good size of position comparable to like Ethereum or even Bitcoin someday. So hopefully this is helpful. It's my logic, and I just want to give you guys an update on what's going on. We have already got one of the macro affectation out of the way today. We were going to see the option expiry for Ethereum. And that could technically be a dragger or a polar into the market dynamics. So we'll see how that goes. All right, take care. Bye.